Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. Now, as many of you know, Inner City has been working miracles in the lives of thousands of children for over 48 years. And thanks to people like you, Inner City is able to provide students with the financial support that they need to attend values-filled, life-changing Catholic schools. The stats, which you're going to hear a lot more about, never fail to amaze, and we heard some of them at the beginning. That said, we all know that it's not all about the numbers, it's about the quality of the child, which makes a better society for all of us. And when you get to know the students and who they are and their backgrounds, well, it just adds the positive impression and often leaves many people astonished by the things that they have accomplished, the challenges that they've faced over their years, how they've overcome so much and become bright and have incredible futures. And it is these strong and amazing students who can tell the real story. And we want you to hear their real story. So allow me to introduce you to this video about some of the students.
Inner City Scholarship Fund changes lives by providing families in need the opportunity to give their children a quality, values-based Catholic school education. We ask students what they love about their school and how the scholarship changes their lives. Here is what they had to say.
Actions? Now, what I like most about going to school is recess. I like that we have a playground. Everybody is nice to me and nobody is a bully.
What I like about the school is that the teachers feel close.
I love the students, I love the teachers, I like their academics and the clubs after school.
My favorite teacher is Miss Masterson because I feel like she does really good teaching and helping the kids when they need help.
When I come to school in the morning, what I like is my principal shaking everyone's hand, saying good morning.
And everybody is like a big family.
I'm from Bronx, New York, and I grew up on Cedric, which is my favorite street in the whole wide world.
My parents moved here because they used to live in Dominican. They moved here because they wanted me to have a better life and they can have a better life too. I like going to a Catholic school because I learn about Jesus and God. Something I learned so far that's a pretty nice thing is to share things with people.
I think it's important to work hard at school so I can achieve my dreams and do everything that I would like to do in my life.
When I get older, I'm going to be extremely smart, and I can help my kids when I get older with their homework.
When I grow up, I want to be a doctor because I can help kids if they're sick.
So you can go to college and then you can be an independent adult.
When we grow up, the colleges will probably accept us and give us a higher chance at becoming what we want to become because we came to Catholic school and because we have a great education here.
Inner City Scholarship Fund is so important to me because not only does it help pay with tuition, it helps me know that I have someone that's by my side rooting for me.
I'm very grateful because not a lot of people get to have this opportunity to come to this school and or any Catholic school in Bronx, New York today.
Thank you, Mrs. and Mr. Torme, for helping me with my scholarship.
Thanks for helping me go to this school and William.
If there was a sponsor right in front of me, I would say thank you so much that I couldn't even say thank you because I'll lose my voice for all of eternity just from saying the thank yous.
We are so thankful for all that you do. You have changed my life.
Inner City Scholarship Fund helps over 11,000 students receive a Catholic school education each year. To learn more about how you can help, please visit innercityscholarshipfund.org. Inner City Scholarship Fund, a child, a chance, a future.
How delicious are those little kids? Now you know where your money's going. Okay, so as compelling and adorable as that video is, there's nothing, of course, better than meeting our students and alumni in person. So today we have a current scholarship recipient who would like to share her Catholic school story with us. So please give a very warm welcome to St. Vincent's Ferrer High School student, Ashanti Trolson.
Good afternoon, Your Eminence, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be here today to share with you a little bit about myself and what the Inner City Scholarship Fund means to me. My name is Ashanti Trolson, and I am a senior attending St. Vincent Ferrer High School. In addition to keeping up my studies, I play on a competitive softball team. This sport has not only allowed me to bond with 11 girls on and off the field, but has equipped me with skills such as time management and communications that will assist me in hopefully playing at the collegiate level. I am your typical student athlete who stays up until ungodly hours studying after softball practices. I live in Yonkers with my mom and 2 younger siblings and commute to Manhattan for school. My mom is my #1 supporter. She always pushes me to be the best and make daily sacrifices so I am able to pursue my passion both on the fields and in the classroom. My mother's unconditional love, my teachers, current and past, and the support of my sponsors have made my high school experience memorable. Commuting from Yonkers to Manhattan every day is anything but easy. I take 2 buses and a subway each way, and as many of you know, the MTA sure can throw curveballs. People often ask me, why do you do that? My answer to them is because this is all I've known. I've been in Catholic school since the age of 3 when I walked through the doors of Ascension School. My mother chose a Catholic education for me because she has always placed a high value on education, something she continues to instill in me. When it came time to choose a high school, I knew immediately St. Vincent Ferrer was for me. Behind those iconic green doors lies my second home. I believe a standout aspect of Catholic education is the ability for students to develop a more personal relationship with their teachers. During my time at St. Vincent's, my teacher has helped solidify my relationship with Christ, especially Sister Martha, who led us earlier in prayer. I was in Sister Martha's sophomore geometry class and junior year homeroom. She is one of the many teachers who I know will always be there for me when I need her. Her presence always manages to uplift my spirits at any point in the day. This feeling, this comfortability, is what Catholic education is all about. My Catholic school, like all Catholic schools, stresses the importance of service and the effects it has on the community. Volunteering has been valuable in helping me become a better person. One of the ways in which I've devoted my time to my community is by working with the Ronald McDonald House, where I organize events for young cancer patients. It brings my heart peace, knowing that the few hours of my time can bring what seems like an eternity of joy to the children. The scholarship I received through the Inner City Scholarship Fund as a part of the Be a Student Friend program is another support I am extremely grateful for. My sponsors and their financial help motivate me every day. Mr. and Mrs. Schwartzman have been my sponsors for 10 years. I don't know if they know this, but their support has shaped me into a more studious and grateful student. I look forward to writing to them throughout the year about my experiences and my accomplishments. I am constantly challenging myself in different areas to improve myself. I want them to know that their help will always be something I am grateful for. I am aware of the power education holds. The opportunity of gaining an education exposes an individual to insights that will help them choose a career path. Mr. and Mrs. Schwartzman give me this opportunity. Without them, I would never be in the place I am today. That timid 3-year-old girl who did not know a single word of English has grown into an ambitious student athlete, all because 2 people gave a girl they didn't know a chance. Words cannot express how grateful my family and I are. This past summer, I was fortunate to participate in another one of Inner City Scholarships Funds program, the Job Opportunities Program, over the course of 6 Saturdays in the winter. I was mentored on many skills by volunteers, from how to develop a resume to how to look people in the eyes when talking to them. This program helped me secure an internship at Wilkie, Farr, and Gallagher. My experience there affirmed that I wanted to be a sports lawyer, so I can combine my passion for playing softball and helping others. I think contracts will be my thing. As I prepare to move on to college and beyond, I will bring the lessons I have learned during my 15 years of Catholic education with me. For those of you in the room who sponsor students, please know that we are eternally grateful. On behalf of all the students in the Archdiocese of New York, thank you for giving us the opportunity to pursue our dreams. God bless you.
Wow, Ashanti, that was fantastic. Fantastic. It is not easy to speak in front of 500 plus people. She's going to be a great lawyer and good at her contracts, and then I'll need her. So much is changing. Moving on. I am now pleased to introduce you to a leading litigator in New York and longtime member of the Lawyers Committee to introduce this year's honoree. Please welcome, from the law firm of Arnold, Porter, Kay, and Scholler, John Gielen.
Very tough act to follow. What a job by the student. Fantastic. So the first time I attended this luncheon was almost 25 years ago. I was a second-year associate at Kay Scholler. I sat way in the back, and they sat me down next to a senior associate named Jim Hirschline. Now that year, Paul Curran, one of Jim's mentors, was receiving the award. And Paul was a great guy, great lawyer, and we were all very proud. And on that day, Jim and I went right back to work. As we walked up Park Avenue, we started to talk about the St. Thomas More Award. And we both felt that it was really the ultimate award that a Catholic lawyer could receive in New York City. It meant that you had made it to the top of your profession, and that when making it to the top of the profession, you had done a tremendous amount of good. And in a blink of an eye, we're back here again. Same story. Great guy, great lawyer, tremendous amount of good. Jim's been my partner for almost 20 years. He's the head of our litigation department for almost a decade, nationally recognized trial lawyer. And in a firm of over 1,000 lawyers, Jim's the person you go to if you have a difficult case, challenging judge, or an over-demanding client. Jim's that guy. More importantly, if you have a problem away from your cases and you need a good ear and a good steer to the right path, Jim is your guy. Now, most of the people looking around in this room are very familiar with the old Jesuit value of being men and women for others. Jim learned that at a very young age, and it was reinforced during his time at Boston College. And he lives that value. We see it in the way he mentors young lawyers at our firm. We see it in the way he supports the different Catholic schools he's attended. He endows scholarships at Boston College, St. John's University Law School. He serves as the president of the Chaminade High School Lawyers Association. He serves as an officer and a director of the St. John's University Law School Alumni Association, and he serves as a director of the Legal Aid Society. He lives it. But we're here today to focus on how he lives it and supporting this organization. Jim has been a tremendous aid to the Inner City Scholarship Fund. He's been a member of the Lawyers Committee for a very long time and a perennial supporter. Jim plans, he organizes, he contributes. But that's not all. A few years ago, Jim came up with an idea to raise additional money for one of the key programs of the Lawyers Committee. That's Be a Children's Friend program, where a student is paired with a sponsor who helps the student with their tuition. Jim made it a point to start inviting younger lawyers and friends to this organization to get them involved. Because Jim asked, people said yes. Jim assembled a group, and the result is that that group has sponsored 3 students for the last 4 years for this award, for their scholarship. See, Jim's done a tremendous amount. He really is a man for all seasons. I'm proud to call him my friend. He's an inspiring guy. Please help me in welcoming up now to receive the 30th Annual St. Thomas More Award.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Very cool. John, thank you so much for those very nice, overly generous remarks. And Your Eminence, thank you for this tremendous honor. Thank you for all that you do for everyone here in our city, particularly those who are in so much in need. I'm blessed today to be here with my family, my wife Marilyn, my 2 children Matthew and Megan, and my mom Joan. Mom, I gotta say, this is a little better gig than those 7 a.m. masses at St. Gert's that I used to altar boy at. But thank you for my family. Thank you so much. Now, as John mentioned, I've been involved in inner city for over 2 decades, and the work that the Lawyers Committee does collectively does so much good for the fund itself, typically donating over $500,000 a year towards the scholarships. I want to thank very much my fellow committee members who nominated me and have provided me with this wonderful honor. It's such a pleasure to see so many friends in the room too. I thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here today and support this worthy cause. Thanks in particular to my partners and colleagues and friends at Arnold & Porter, K. Scholler, a firm that has stood by me and supported my efforts both professionally, civic-mindedly, and of course in charitable giving. Thank you so much. Also, I have friends here from all 3 of my beloved alma maters, St. John's Law School, Chaminade High School, and Boston College. Thank you so much. There's a table of rugby fellows over there I suggest everyone stay away from. But I'm also joined by friends from Manhasset as well, and really thank you everybody for being here. Congratulations to Jim Mangan on being a worthy recipient of the John Cooney Award. You lead by example, and I particularly admire your involvement in youth sports. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. And what can I say about our student speaker, Ashanti Trulson? Oh my gosh. Every year, I come back from this lunch and tell people how, well, it was a nice speech by the honoree, which I'm sure is what you're going to say, but I was blown away by the student speaker, and Ashanti this year is no different. Great job. We know you're going to do wonderful things in contracts and so many other great things. So thank you so much, and congratulations again. So receiving this honor means a great deal to me for many reasons, and I just want to sketch out a couple of them, if I could. First, the award is named after our patron saint, the patron saint of lawyers, and my connections with St. Thomas More go back quite a bit. At Chaminade High School, Thomas Bolt's famous play, A Man for All Seasons, was required reading. We had to study it hard, and what qualified as a treat at Chaminade, we were allowed to watch the movie in a group assembly once. But the book did make a strong impression on me in describing what was really a very complicated life of Thomas More. Bolt brought home how important following one's conscience was, even when you're a very able lawyer, as St. Thomas More was. By the way, the movie is available on Amazon Prime, and somehow still gets 4.7 out of 5 stars. Many years later, my wife and I, along with our good friends Joe and Eileen Pash, visited London and visited the Tower and the Thomas More cell, which was likely where St. Thomas More spent the last 14 months of his life. It was quite an experience for me. I was intrigued by the cell's artifacts and exhibits, including the hair shirt that St. Thomas More wore most of the time. I also was particularly struck by how cramped, dark, and dank the cell was, having only one small little sliver of a window to the outside world. While I was standing by that window, I was wondering, where exactly was St. Thomas More beheaded? Was it here in the cell, or was it outside in the courtyard? So I figured I'd ask the beefeater, who was our guide, "Sir, where was St. Thomas More beheaded?" And without skipping a beat, he leaned forward, looking, I thought, towards the window, and then promptly pointed at his neck and said, "Right about here." So I was the guy from America who got the English guy to make fun of us. So I'm sure it wasn't the first or the last time for that particular joke. One other connection with St. Thomas More, I've been wearing underneath a St. Thomas More medallion that my wife Marilyn gave me as a gift some 15 or 20 years ago, pretty much every day. While I very much love this new medal the Cardinal just bestowed on me, my guess is I'll only take this one out for the weekends. But I will proudly wear this today. And that brings me to a second reason why I'm so honored to receive this award. And John, my friend and partner, Gielan, just mentioned this. My mentor and former partner, Paul Curran, received the same award 25 years ago, almost 25 years ago in 1995. And as John does, I remember the day very clearly and how proud Paul was to receive the award. Of course, Paul being Paul, he was ready with a quick wisecrack. He suggested during his speech that from thenceforward, he should be only referred to as Saint Paul. Now, of course, he was joking, but I do recall Paul wearing this medal around the office the rest of the day. And so Paul introduced me and John and so many others to this wonderful organization, this great cause, and so many of the giants of the New York legal profession who have contributed their time and their efforts and their money to the fund, and who have also won this award. People like Dean John Feerick, Jim Gill, Governor Hugh Carey, Pat Hines, Roy Reardon, and so many others. We continue to celebrate them, and I'm truly honored to be able to say that I'm now listed in their company. The last reason why this honor means so much to me is also the most important. I'm so happy to assist in the good works of the Inner City Scholarship Fund. I was blessed with the opportunity to attend the education that my parents and I thought was best for me. But so many of the children in our city just don't have that opportunity. Even if they and their parents believe that a Catholic school is the right course for them, so many families simply cannot afford the tuition. The stat we have heard already, but it's true. Nearly 70% of the inner city Catholic school students live at or below the federal poverty level. A solid education no doubt changes the trajectory of one's life. I vividly recall working with a class of 9th graders at a public school down in Alphabet City almost 30 years ago. I was with colleagues from the Young Lawyers Committee, and our job was to put on a moot court program with the students. We had our challenges. First and foremost, none of these students had family members who had attended college. So the thought, the concept that you'd go to college or even law school was simply something that had not occurred to them. We met weekly with these students and were able to impress many of them that college and law school was an option. It was an opportunity they had if they worked hard. It was not a message they had heard before or even, quite frankly, accepted very willingly. but I warmly recall feeling that through that program, through those weeks of working with those students, my colleagues and I were able to broaden the horizons of those students ever so much to let them see the opportunity that was there and give them that chance to get it. And that is what Inner City Scholarship Fund does literally every day. It is a remarkable organization that provides incredible opportunities, and I'm so blessed that the students like Ashanti and the people you saw in the video take that opportunity and excel. I'm proud to play a small part in providing chances to the children of our city. Before closing, I wanted to say that I do not get to stand here today or be a partner in a big law firm in New York City without the love, support, and counsel of my wife, Marilyn. Together, we have raised two wonderful children, and I think everybody knows Marilyn did all of the hard work there, particularly while I was burning the midnight oil in the office or away at some far-flung trial. Marilyn, I'm happy to share this award with you. Thank you, and I love you. So finally, I want to acknowledge that there are so many good causes that confront us and that we could pursue here in the city of New York every day. But I believe the Inner City Scholarship Fund is most worthy of our support. Your being here and your generosity is appreciated. None of us can change the world, but we can make a huge impact one child at a time. Thank you for joining me on that cause. Thank you for this wonderful honor, and may God bless.
Congratulations. Well said, beautifully said. Now it is my pleasure to introduce His Eminence, Timothy Michael Cardinal Dolan.
Thank you.
Your Eminence.
You didn't have a long line. Way to go. Thank you. Daria, thanks. You helped make this afternoon the glamorous one it is. We appreciate it very much. I just had the honor this morning, everybody, up at Westchester County Convention Center for having Mass to open the day of ongoing formation for over 3,000 of our devoted Catholic school teachers. And that really inspired me. And now to have the honor for a minute or two to stand before you only enhances that sense of gratitude and joy and inspiration that I have. Every time I come to this, and this is the 11th time I have, two things hit me. First of all, thank you. A sense of gratitude hits me as I look out and know that you all are extraordinarily generous to our inner city Catholic schools. And I want to thank you for that. Secondly is this, as I look out at you, I know that most of you, almost all of you, are attorneys. And that means every day you work with things that aren't working, all right? You work with division and arguments and crime and violence and breakups. You work with a society that is broken and people who are broken because of it and who need legal counsel and legal advice. Because I also appreciate you as very practical and pragmatic people. I also know that you're driven to think, boy, oh boy, how can we correct things? How can we make things work better? You know where I'm going with this. As Jim just said, there's no better way to do that than by making sure that our kids get a quality, safe, virtue-based education. And there's nobody that does it better than our inner city Catholic schools. You're wondering how to reduce crime. You're wondering how to reduce people in prison. You're wondering how to enhance marital fidelity. You're wondering how to improve the common good. You're wondering how to get people to work and keep their job. You're wondering how to decrease the crime and all the adversity that we see. Look, I know I'm biased, but independent scholars say one of the best ways to do that is through our Catholic schools. So in a way, it doesn't surprise me at all that you, who deal with troubles and things that aren't working every single day, would be so passionate about our inner city Catholic schools, and I thank you for that. I want to renew congratulations to our two Jims, who were real inspirations today. Thank you, and it's been an honor to be with you and your families. Congratulations again, Jims. And finally, Jim Hirschline, you mentioned eloquently about St. Thomas More. You're probably aware that St. Thomas More had a daughter named Megan, as you do. And I met her, I sat with her. And you probably know that in the midst of St. Thomas More being in jail in the Tower of London, where you visited as he was awaiting the guillotine, his daughter Meg wrote him. And imagine what this would do to a dad. Meg was professing her love and her admiration for her dad. But then she said, "Dad, couldn't you be reasonable? Couldn't there be some reason here? And couldn't you just do what the king says? Isn't that reasonable?" And Thomas More wrote Meg back and said, "Meg, I love you too, and I thank you. But in the end, Meg, it's not about reason at all. In the end, it's about love. Our schools are about love. Your support of them is about love. Thank you."
Yes, everybody has to get back to work. I'm about to start work. Thank you, Your Eminence. And before you go, we just want to let you know that there's a lovely group of students right at the exit, and they have a little treat for you, bags that they're going to hand out for you. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that in the bags, there's an envelope, which you can exercise your generosity. If you don't know anything about the program, you can always go to their website. It's innercityscholarshipfund.org, where you can learn how to get involved. And if you don't have enough time to get involved, once again, there's an envelope. We take credit cards, checks, and everything else. Have a wonderful evening, or afternoon and evening, and enjoy your holiday season. And remember to be generous. Thank you.